It's been a little bit, but I recently went to the Cincinnati Open for the first time, and the official drink was the Paloma. It was so refreshing during those hot days, it made me want to turn this into an old fashioned, so let's do this. Welcome back to Old Fashioned Ways, and today I'm taking a popular drink and trying to make it into an old fashioned. It was also the official drink of the Cincinnati Open, and when I had a few, I thought this could make a pretty good old fashioned. So if you've never had one of these, it's a refreshing cocktail that uses tequila as its base and adds grapefruit soda and lime juice to round it off. It was a good drink, especially to cool off on those heated days. Cocktail quiz time. When was the Cincinnati Open founded? I was surprised. The Paloma is one of the most popular drinks in Mexico, and for good reason. A traditional Paloma cocktail uses tequila, lime, salt, and grapefruit soda. It is easy to make and even easier to enjoy, and you have to be careful when you're drinking them. But where did it originate? The history of the drink is obscure and hard to track, and even today historians can't agree on where or how the drink was first created. So today I'll be making a Paloma Old Fashioned two ways. One originally with tequila. Then I also have to do one with whiskey. Paloma Old Fashioned ingredients: 2 ounces tequila, ½ an ounce grapefruit simple syrup, grapefruit bitters, lime bitters, 1 ounce of grapefruit soda, lime wedge, and a little salt. Alright, we're going to be making this Paloma Old Fashioned in a mixing glass. We're going to start off with ½ an ounce of the grapefruit simple syrup. I'll leave the recipe on how to make this in the instructions below. Just a ½ an ounce. It has a lot of good grapefruit in it, and it's going to help add that grapefruit flavor to this drink as well. Next, we're going to start off with a dash of lime bitters. This is to add some of that lime component, followed by 2 dashes of grapefruit bitters. Adding more of that grapefruit. That's what this drink is known about, the tequila and that grapefruit. Now we're going to be adding a pinch of salt, just a little pinch of that in there. Add some of the flavors, and now the 2 ounces of tequila. I'm using Corazon Añejo. I like Añejo because it imparts some of that bourbon flavor to it, you know. And I'm not a big tequila drinker, but Añejo is one that I do enjoy drinking every once in a while. But use the tequila you have and what you want to use in your mix. Now let's add some ice to this, and let's stir this bad boy up. Now I have a glass here with a large ice in it. We're going to strain this into that. Now we need to add some of the grapefruit soda. I'm using Squirt for this one. This one's easily found everywhere, and you're gonna do about 1 ounce or so, but really let's just top this off. Now we're gonna get a lemon wedge. We're gonna squeeze a little bit over the top and then kind of just drop that in there. And there you have it, the Paloma Old Fashioned. I'm going to move this into the side and start making the whiskey Paloma Old Fashioned. Now this one's going to be a whiskey version of the Paloma Old Fashioned. So this is a whiskey Paloma Old Fashioned. Ingredients: 2 ounces of bourbon. In this case I'm using Wild Turkey 101. 1/4 ounce to ½ an ounce of agave. Now the agave is actually very sweet, so a lot of times you don't need as much of it. 2 dashes grapefruit bitters. 1 dash lime bitters. Grapefruit and some lime. And also another pinch of salt. Ingredient I forgot: grapefruit soda. Let's start making the whiskey Paloma Old Fashioned. Now this one's gonna be made directly in the glass, and we're gonna start off with the bitters. So let's just grab a dash of lime bitters and put that in there. 2 dashes of grapefruit bitters. Now the agave is up to you how much you want to add. I'm just gonna add a bar spoonful, but you can add more or less. A little of this does go a long way. I'm also gonna add a small pinch of sugar to this, so just a little bit just to add in there. Now, before I add the bourbon, I like to add the ice first. We're going to add that in there. Now let's add the 2 ounces of bourbon. You might be wondering, why did I add the ice before? It's because a lot of times when you add it after you've added all this fluid, when you drop it in there, it splashes all over the place, and I don't want to waste any of this, so I'd rather save it all in here. All right, now we need to stir this up. So in this one, I'm actually using the Fresca grapefruit soda, and I'm not going to add a whole bunch of this. I only want to add like a ½ an ounce to it, if I can get this bad boy open. Add that in there. Now this one I also want to add more of the natural juices, so I will do a little squeeze of lime over the top, and not the whole thing, just, a little bit of it, and then kind of drop that in there. And I also have a nice good sized grapefruit. I'm gonna add a little bit of that over the top. Not gonna use that one in there, but if you want to use some garnish, get one large one, cut it a little piece, and you can add that to the top right there. And there you go, the whiskey Paloma Old Fashioned. Cocktail quiz time. When was the Cincinnati Open founded? Founded in 1899, the Cincinnati Open is the oldest tennis event in the US held in the place of origin. Well, it's time to try both of them. On the left, we have the tequila version. On the right, we have the whiskey version. So let's go in for the version with the tequila, the most original style. Know what? That tastes very, very much like a Paloma. Didn't change too much of its ingredients. We hit all the main ingredients that are supposed to be in that. And that is actually a really good drink. Ooh, I can easily drink that on a sunny day. Time to go in for the whiskey version. Now that is very, very different than this Paloma for multiple reasons. One, I wanted more of the whiskey to stand out on this. I wanted this to be more of a whiskey drink, and you get that. The cool thing is, and the back end of that, you actually get that lemon, you get that grapefruit, you get those flavors that I was trying to impart from the Paloma. So I think this is a very good whiskey riff on the Paloma without it being too exact like a Paloma, but giving all the essences of the Paloma in this drink. I really do like this one. It's actually one that I think I'm gonna finish right now. A tequila version of an old fashioned, of a Paloma Old Fashioned, a whiskey version of a Paloma Old Fashioned. I really enjoy both of them. One tastes more like the original, one hit all the spots of a Paloma. This one gives you the hints while enjoying a whiskey. So you choose, what would you like to have? Which one would you like to try? I like both of them, but I'm definitely finishing this one today. I think my wife will actually take this one from me because she really did like the Paloma as well. Well, my friends, thank you again for joining me on another journey down my old-fashioned rabbit hole. To our next journey, my friends, cheers.